My next KVK for my main account has just been announced, and in today's video I'm going to give a rundown of that KVK. First of all, I'm going to discuss all the kingdoms involved, the allies, kill points, power of every single kingdom in the KVK. I'm going to tell you which format I'm doing. I'm going to discuss who I think will win, and I'll give you predictions of what I think my account is going to do in that KVK. So if you want to know all about this KVK, if I think it's going to be a big one, and why I also didn't stream on my Siege account, you want to stick around till the end of the video. Now let's start off today's video with a really simple rundown. What is this KVK going to be? And we'll just start off with the 12 kingdoms involved. And out of all these kingdoms, a lot of them are fairly young kingdoms. We can see a lot of the kingdoms in the 2000s, a few in the 2800s, which is just absolutely crazy. So kingdoms involved: 2872, 2840, 2715, 2545, 2446, 2385, 2332, 2261, 2044, 1696, 1664, and my kingdom 1534. So you can see my kingdom is the oldest. Here are the actual camps, which kingdom is in each camp. I know my kingdom is in Earth Camp. You can just take a quick geezer, which is an Aussie word for take a quick look at all the current kingdoms in other camps. So you can see there's basically 3 in every single camp, which I think is good to have a nice, fairly equal mix. So 3 kingdoms in each camp. Each camp's power and kill points are now shown on the screen. You can see that Win Camp, the camp that I'm in personally, is the highest in kill points and second highest in power. As for the allies, currently Earth Camp and Wind Camp, so my camp and Wind Camp will be allied together, and then Fire Camp and Water Camp will be allied together. So it's going to be kind of a left versus right battle, and just pretty much clashing head to head. So there's not going to be any real big safe periods when nobody's fighting. There's always going to be some form of fighting. Other than that, other things to note is that this is a heroic anthem KVK, really simple KVK. Nice to go back to basics sometimes. I've done a lot of heroic anthems. I think I've done 4 total or 3 total on my account. In this channel though, I've only ever done a Storm of the Stratagems and also a Warriors Unbound KVK. I'm pretty sure that's all I've done. So kind of cool to see us do something a little bit different for the channel. Heroic Anthem can always be really fun, even though it's more basic mechanics. There's no things like stratagems, no things like switching your commander troops. It is always still a fun KVK with the extra skills you get from Bastion. So I am pretty excited to do the Heroic Anthem KVK, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. As for who I think is going to win, you can see based on the kill points and power, we are probably the lower camp in power, but the higher camp in kill points. So if I were to guess, I think it's going to be a fairly equal KVK, but I'm going to put the prediction on us winning, because I can say with confidence that 1534 is pretty stacked. I mean, as a kingdom, especially just our kingdom alone, we are the most power in the single alliance and the most power in terms of kill points. So our kingdom is very stacked. Lots of power, lots of commanders, lots of troops, a lot of rally leaders and garrison leaders. I would trust fairly confidently that we would give a fairly good chance at winning the KVK between us and our camps, because our camps, not only do they have our kingdom, which have a lot of garrison leaders, but we have less number of players. We've also got 2715, which you can see are second ranked on Marauders, and Marauders don't necessarily show activity. Usually more, it shows how many people are in the kingdom. So I think that we have a pretty good chance at winning this KVK, since we're going to have a fairly decent amount of numbers, and then our kingdom is going to bring the garrisons and rally leaders that you would need. So we've got a fairly good amount of allies. We're going to have a fairly equal mix between lots of troops and good commanders. So I think that this KVK is going to be a pretty, not determined one. I think it's still going to be close, but it's going to be a very fun one, and lots of fighting will ensue. Also, it's important to note that 2261 is a much bigger kingdom, because they've got 95 million Marauder points, so that is pretty good. I know that 2365 would usually put down like 200 million, because they were a massive kingdom, 3 alliances, all of them filled to the brim with players, but you can notice that 1534, lower number of players, but like I said before, the amount of power and the amount of players that are just really high power is absolutely insane. So lots of people in the hundreds of millions here. You can see the first 13 players in 100 million, the rest of these players in the 90s, 80s, lots in the 70s, yet to get down to 164 players in a one alliance kingdom for me to even show up. So lots of high ranked powerful players in the kingdom. I think we're going to put up a very good fight, and it's going to be a very fun KVK. So now that we've discussed everything to do with the KVK as a whole, involving the kingdoms that I'm in and the camps and the allies, what is my account really looking like right now? And really simply, I'm sitting at 1.076 billion killer points. I've got 57 million power, and also I think it's like 10 million deads. Let's see the exact number, 8.3 million deads. I was a little bit off there. And then I've got a few troops currently. I'm looking to train a lot more infantry and a lot more cavs. but I've got a fairly decent number of troops for now. And archers, I've got enough for around 3 marches. I'd be stretching it if I go to 4, but I think 3 marches is where I would sit. So for now, I've got a fairly decent number of troops, my kill points are at an okay level, and my deads are also pretty high. So what are my current goals for the KVK? Well, just my usual million deads. I don't usually go above a million. I might go above this KVK, I might not. And also, I want to gain this KVK, hopefully, since I'm going to be literally on school holidays for the whole thing. I checked the KVK timeline, and it literally ends the day I fly out of the country to go to Vietnam on holidays. I'm going to notice I should be able to get like 3 to 400 million kill points. If I can grind a lot, if I can get the resources and hopefully a few more speed ups, I should be in a fairly good position to get a lot of kills this KVK. And since a lot of Heroic Anthem is altar fights and I'll be able to be online for that, I'll be able to get a fairly decent number of kill points. So this KVK, I'm going for 1.4 billion maybe total end kill points, which I think will be good. So if I finish on 1.4 billion and I get another million or so deads, I'll be pretty content. As for commanders, I'm pretty sure that Hermann Prime will release sometime while I'm in KVK. So hopefully I can give literal on KVK footage of Hermann Prime in action, because I've got a large amount of gold that's stashed up right now waiting for him. So the current hope is that I can get Hermann Prime by the time he releases, and also expertise him so I can use him in the KVK. So that's what I'm hoping in terms of commanders, and also in terms of kill points. Now, the next thing I would like to discuss is streaming in this KVK. Do I plan to do a lot of streaming? Do I not? And the good news is I've been given a pretty much green light go ahead from the current kingdom leader, our king, that I can stream this KVK. So you guys can expect a lot of live streaming in this KVK. One of my biggest restrictors in 2365 with streaming was I always had to get permission for the stream. And with streaming, it's very, very sporadical in a KVK. And with 2365, the kingdom was also pretty sporadical. So I would notice sometimes I'd be really entrenched in fighting, but I couldn't stream. And then other times I could stream, but no fighting would be going on. So it'd be like me and 2 people fighting, and that just wasn't a fun stream. But I've been given permission whenever I want to stream, no matter what. I am allowed to stream. So altars, ruins, anything I want to stream, and since I'm on school holidays, I will be able to stream it. So this probably will be one of my more streamed KVKs. I might get 6 or 7 streams done, just me pure fighting. They won't be 7-8 hour long streams. I do have other things I want to get done in like a normal day, but we can expect a lot of 3 to 4, maybe even 5 hour long streams. Kingsland might be a longer stream because I know I'm going to be off school when Kingsland happens. So I can't wait to actually see where this KVK goes, since I've got a ton of time off right now, and I'll be able to stream the majority of it. So you guys can expect a lot of streaming for this KVK especially. Now, the next thing I would like to discuss for my actual other KVKs was my Siege account, because you'll notice my Siege account has gotten like 0 kill points, it's got no deads at all. What happened with the account? And really simply, I had exams and things on in real life, and also I just never ever really enjoyed playing the Siege account, to be honest. I'm not really enjoying it right now, and I just haven't really been playing it that much. I've logged in like once or twice a day. I've sent my gatherers out on both the accounts, my Siege and the Cav account that's with it, and I just haven't done any fighting, if I'm being really honest. So I didn't do any streaming, and also the one thing I was going to stream, Kingsland, we won in like 12 hours. So that was really, really fast to come to an end. So to be honest, there wasn't much to stream with the KVK, because either most of the players left fighting a really high power, 28 million, what am I Siege gonna do? And my account itself is just not in the best position right now. So my current plan for the future of the Siege account, I'm still going to play it. I don't think I'm gonna discard it right now, but I'm not gonna play it as actively. I'm not gonna really keep track of it during KVKs until the account is much bigger and has a lot more basically gold deads to dispose, and also a lot more basically research available, because right now this is not KVK viable research. I'm rocking Herbal Medicine 5, Defensive Formation 3, and Combat Tactics 1. This account just would be flogged inside a fight, so I don't think it would do Siege a justice if I did actually stream the KVK like this. So I've decided right now this Siege account is not going to go on hold. I'm not going to stop playing it, but I might make way less videos about it. I'm not really going to stream it that much, and I'm only going to start streaming it once I really hit Season of Conquest and I get those higher level commanders, because right now I've got some gold deads in my stash, obviously, but I'm just not in a position in terms of time available until I get in the holidays, and also in terms of actually being able to play the game and actually enjoy it, to actually play my Siege account, play KVK, stream KVK on it, make videos for it. There's a lot to do with this account, and then also a lot to do with my main account. So I really had to choose between really sacrificing a lot on the main account or sacrificing a lot on the Siege account, and I've come to the decision a lot more people watch the main account videos. Clearly you enjoy those more, so I'm going to stick with focusing on the end game more than I will on the early game. So once this account hits the end game, I will start to play it a lot more. I will start to make videos on it. I will expertise the commanders. But for now, it's going to sit around in 3273. Maybe I'll do some off fighting. Maybe I'll do some arc. But I don't think I'm going to record it. I don't really think I'm going to stream it. And for the future, I'm not really going to be focusing that much on this account. It's more going to be like a side project. So to all the people who really enjoyed the Siege account, I'm sorry that I'm not really going to take it much further. Obviously, like I said, it's still going to be recorded. But for the future, I hope that the main account does get a lot more videos, a lot more attention, and a lot more streaming specifically in KVK. So you can expect a lot more main account streaming, that's the hope. Even as I am entering more senior schooling and there's going to be a lot more studying, I should still have time to mainly focus on this main account. So my current goals are not really the Siege account, it's not really a focus anymore, but the main account is still going to be the bulk of my focus. So keep an eye out for main account videos, keep an eye out for main account streams, and trust me, I'm going to not be quitting Rise of Kingdoms anytime soon, especially since now I don't have that added stress of having to try figure out a way to make the Siege account fun, because to be honest, I'm really just not enjoying it that much. So now that we've made it to the end of today's video, I would like to mention the Archer Syndicate Discord server, which is going to be the best place to be in contact with me and keep up to date when my streams will happen, because I will always give you guys like a 2 to 3 day notice from a video of when I'm going to stream. But sometimes I can't do that. So if you're in the Archer Syndicate Discord, you'll know exactly when my streams are going to go live. I'll remind you guys, I'll send out notifications. So if you want to see me live, you want to catch my streams, talk to me, feel free to join the server. And even if you don't want notifications, you can always turn them off through Discord. So still join the server if you want to just talk with me and ask me questions or speak to other people of the channel. It's a great place. The link will be in the pinned comment and also in the description. Now, I just want to say thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one.